were you born?
I was born in Endicott, New York.
Okay, and what was the name of the hospital?
Probably Endicott Johnson,
Okay.
the fellow that owned the whole country. I mean, the whole section of that area.
Yeah, and when did you wanting to start to be an artist? When did you start practicing art?
I was learning about art all during high school, even before junior high school. From junior high school on to high school, on to college.
Did you take any art classes in high school?
Oh yes, I took everything. You know, drawing, painting, things of that nature.
Oh, okay. Well, and then you took pottery too, didn't you? No,
I did that
ceramics?
when I was in graduate school.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So,
But that's not what I usually do. I do painting and drawing.
So, how did you get the name Huck?
Huck, my grandmother. See now. My grandmother called me Husky, but I couldn't pronounce it, so I said Hucky, and that's where that came from.
Oh, and then they shortened it?
From my grandmother.
They shortened it?
Well, it went from Husky to Hucky. I could pronounce Hucky, I couldn't pronounce Husky.
Your brothers Lowell and Jimmy, what did they call you?
What?
What did Lowell and Jimmy call you? Did they call you Huck?
Yeah, I was known as Huck or Hucky by my mother, my father, everybody, and all my brothers and sisters.
Huh, that's neat. Oh yeah, your sister's name was Patty, right?
Patricia.
Oh, Patricia.
Patricia Ann.
Yeah, so your parents had, what's the order of your brothers and sisters? You were the firstborn?
My brother and I were twins.
Uh-huh.
I came out first.
Yeah. And then Lowell
was my twin brother.
And he was, okay, so where was Jimmy born?
Where was he born?
I don't know.
That would probably be in Johnson City and Wilson Memorial Hospital, Johnson City, I'm guessing.
And what about Patricia?
The who?
Patricia, your sister.
Oh, she was probably born there too. Yeah.
But did you not live? You weren't born in Johnson City then?
No, I was born in Endicott, New York. It's a little town down the highway.
So why did your mom?
My father got a job in Johnson City.
What kind of work did he do?
He worked in a shoe factory.
Wow.
Shoe factory.
Making shoes?
Yeah, left pieces for shoes to go together.
Wow.
Yeah.
And your mom, where'd she work?
Well, she took care of us. She wasn't working at all. Although early on, she was a switchboard operator.
Well, she did that until she
did that when she was young. And then later on, when my father died, she did it again. A switchboard at the hospital.
What was what was your favorite dish that your mom made?
My favorite dish?
Yeah, what kind of food did your mom make that you really liked?
I liked the stew she made. She used to make meat stew and stuff.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, it was good.
Huh. And then you raised your own chickens, right?
We had our own chickens for a long time, and then we finally ate them all up. So we had them 3 or 4 years.
And did you have any gardens or anything when you were?
We had a vegetable garden, everything you could think of in our backyard. Carrots, whatever, tomatoes, etc.
I mean, but in New York, you don't have a long growing season, but...
Oh, everybody had vegetable gardens then during the war. Everybody. And the weather was certainly warm enough during the period of
the growing season.
The season. Everything grew in the season in New York. Everything.
What was your first job?
My first job was setting pins in a bowling alley.
What was the name of the bowling alley?
I can't remember that.
Oh, okay. What was that like? That hard work?
Very hard work, because every time there were no electric pin setters, we, the young lassies like myself, would pick up the pins when they got knocked down and shove them back into the rack, and then pull the rack down and set it up for the next guy.
Huh.
We barely had enough time to do that, and then they were throwing the ball down.
How many hours a night did you work?
4 hours. 4 hours, made $5 a night, and I worked three nights a week.
Was that during high school?
Yes, during high school.
Okay. And then what was your next job?
Well, then I went away to college, and very fortunately, eventually, I met a person in charge of a hotel, like hotel management, I learned to become I became a bellhop in a hotel, in a medium-sized, pretty big sized hotel. Richford Hotel.
Richford Hotel
The Richford Hotel in Buffalo, New York, because that's where I was going to school.
Is that where you got your undergraduate degree?
Yes, my undergraduate work was done at in Buffalo, New York.
So
Yeah.
And what was the biggest tip you ever made?
Probably $1.
Wow. Was that a silver dollar?
That's a lot of money. No, paper dollar.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get any silver dollar. Everybody was hanging on to it.
Oh, they weren't in circulation.
But I got a lot of tips. Mostly nickels, quarters, dimes, and so forth.
Wow. Wow.
I was a bellhop. I would take bags up. People come and check in at the hotel, and I would be right there at the desk. And then when it was my turn, there were several other people. I would go to the elevator and take the new customers, new hotel members, up to their room.
Yeah.
It was probably a 15-story high hotel.
Oh. But you had elevators.
Oh yeah.
Those have been around forever.
Yeah.
So when did you sell your first piece of art?
Well, I was always drawing, and in junior high probably. You know, but I had one of my art pieces win an award in an art show that they made there at the school, and my picture got the award, and I took my father over to show him. The art teacher kept it with her, and then when I took my father over to show him the art that I did, she said it was lost. She couldn't find it, so she was just lying, and that was the end of that story. So she had my award that she never gave me.
Well, what was that picture of?
I don't remember.
Was it pencil or?
Huh?
You don't remember if it was pencil or ink or
Probably colored pencils and stuff like that.
Oh, that's neat. Then how did you meet my mom?
Well, we met at college in Buffalo. I went to school in Buffalo.
What was the name of the college?
Buffalo State Teachers College.
Oh, okay. And you went there 4 years?
Yeah. And so did your mom.
Wow. Wow. Were you guys in the same class together, or?
Yeah, some of them. She majored in art too. She was an artist.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
So what was your degree, your undergraduate degree?
My degree. Well, we were also preparing to be art teachers. So we learned how to be an art teacher. We learned the teaching aspect of art.
Oh, so you both, your degrees were in art education,
Art education.
Oh, that's neat. Wow. So, and then where did you do your graduate work at?
What?
Where did you do your graduate work?
My graduate work was done at Penn State.
Oh, both
Pennsylvania.
masters
And that was after the, let's see,
Korean War. Or, what did you?
just a minute, don't ask another new question.
Yeah.
Let's see,
Sorry.
Well, I was in the Army and all that stuff, so that's what's true. I was 2 years in the Army.
Well, where'd you serve?
I was in the United States Army, and I served in San Francisco at, and I worked for the captain at the San Francisco base of the United States Army.
Okay. Was he a nice guy?
Very nice.
Well, what was his name?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's kind of a. Kind of a. So you spent all 2 years, and what kind of work did you do there in the Army?
In the Army?
I mean, once you worked for the captain, I mean.
Yeah, I did typewriter. I did typing. I typed.
Wow.
I typed. And
For
that
2
was
years?
That was my job.
Yeah.
And I was a typist for the captain.
Yeah.
So every time he wrote a letter, I typed it up.
What was your rank when you exited the Army?
I probably finished as a sergeant.
Wow. That's pretty good. 3 stripes?
What?
3 stripes?
Well, I don't know whatever sergeant is.
That's 3 stripes. So, and where did you live? Oh, you lived right on the base?
No, I lived off base.
Oh.
I
What
lived,
street?
I lived in an apartment in San Francisco.
Huh, what street? Do you remember the street?
Yeah, 1470 Fulton Street.
Wow.
I even know the address, 1470 Fulton Street. And that's still there,
Huh.
up in San Francisco.
So we can go visit that.
You could go by there and see that house.
Wow. You could probably Google it and get right to it.
Yeah, you probably could.
Were any of your children born at this time where you were in San Francisco?
Yes, you were born. You were number 1. And
this is Bill.
You were born in San Francisco. And you were born at San Francisco Hospital.
Letterman's Hospital. Right?
Letterman Hospital.
Right. The Presidio.
At the Presidio, that was the Army base.
Right. The Presidio was the base, right?
That was the base.
Oh, okay.
It has since been sold, and they sold the whole property and
Yeah.
later on.
Well, where was Mark, your second-born son? Where was he?
He was born in Schenectady, New York.
Were you in college at that time?
We were, let's see, I went to Penn State, and then I got my master's degree, and then I went and taught 2 years in Schenectady, New York, as an art teacher.
Well, I mean, you got your bachelor's and then worked 2 years as an art teacher?
And I worked for 2 years as a high school art teacher.
Wow, I love teaching high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so then was Mark born during that time?
Yes, and Mark was born in Niskayuna. That was the little funky town. They had little names for things in those days, like whatever.
But
Niskayuna, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's probably an Indian name.
right. That's cool. Then, where was Heather born?
Heather? Heather was born in January, and I forget where she was born. I can't remember where Heather was born.
Yeah.
But it was of course January 19th, I believe.
Let me think.
It eludes me at the moment.
Well, she was born 3 years after Mark, or 2 years. Or...
Well, you guys you can figure that out just by talking to each other.
Yeah,
You were first, Mark was second,
And that was.
Heather was third, then there was Gwen.
And Gwen, where was Gwen born?
And then we went away to get my doctorate at Penn State again. And she was probably born in Pennsylvania somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, what were you doing when Heather and Gwen were born? Do you remember that?
Well, I was probably either teaching art in a high school, or I was working on a doctorate at Penn State.
I think you were working on your doctorate, weren't you?
Yes.
Heather and Gwen?
Of course I was working on a doctorate for 3 years.
Oh, it took you 3 years? And then you didn't have to get a master's, it was just straight from...
No, I had to get a master's degree first.
Oh, and how long did that take?
That took a year.
And where was that at? Was that at Penn State too?
Yes, it was.
Oh,
I got my master's at Penn State and my doctorate at Penn State.
what was your doctorate in? What was your title?
In art education, art, that sort of thing.
Not a PhD,
EDD,
right.
Doctor of Education.
Right. Well, that's cool.
Which was the same as the PhD.
Right.
Just I didn't have to take the exam, so I didn't do it.
Oh, you mean I forgot what that's called. Where you do that thing. What's that thing called where you have to, a dissertation? You didn't have to write a dissertation?
I had to write a dissertation.
Oh, okay. So you just didn't have to you hadn't enough supported for committee or whatever. I get it.
You had a whole committee and everything else.
But you didn't.
It was a regular doctorate.
Right. So, especially Penn State, that's a very prestigious university.
It is.
Yes. So I'm sure it was very academically challenging.
One of the best.
Mm-hmm.
I worked with Victor Lowenfeld, who was the man in art education when I was in school.
What, Penn State?
Yes. And he praised me highly at the time. I was one of his favorites.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, and then you we moved to why did you move to Sacramento?
Probably to get a job at Sacramento State College after I got my degrees at Penn State. Then I began to teach at Sacramento State College.
So, okay, and but you decided, did you taste sunshine and you didn't want to live back east anymore, or why did you move to?
I wanted to come west to California because of my cousin Dorothy lived in California, and that always impressed me.
Oh.
And I was made up my mind I was going to go west if I had an opportunity, and I did, because I got in the Army, and it got me all the way to San Francisco.
Right.
And I spent my time in San Francisco. Then I went back to Pennsylvania and got my master's and my doctorate, and then I came west to teach at Sacramento
So when you went to Oregon to Corvallis, what was your position at Oregon State?
What was my position?
Oregon State University, remember you did that 1 year,
Oh,
what did you teach at Oregon State?
what?
I think you filled in, didn't you, for a guy that was on sabbatical?
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah.
So do you remember what you taught at Oregon State?
I taught whatever his classes were.
Oh, okay. But you don't remember what they were?
No. They had to do with art.
They were just painting classes.
Yeah, right, stuff like that.
Did you like living in Oregon?
No, it rained every day. Every day I was there, and I wrote letters to all over the country to get out of there, and I succeeded because I got an offer for someone in Tallahassee, Florida, and I also got an offer right here in Phoenix.
Right.
And that's why I came here.
But you started out as the chairman of the art department. But you didn't like that,
I
did you?
did do that. I was the chairman of the art department when I got hired.
Mm-hmm.
They were hiring me just as a teacher, but then the dean interviewed me and decided I'd probably be good as the director of the art. So I became the director.
Yeah. But did you like that?
Did I like it?
Being the director?
It was all part of the thing that I was going through, working to better myself in those days.
Yeah. And so you've been here ever since?
Yeah, and I've pretty much been here ever since.
Well, how many years total did you teach college level?
How many years did I teach college?
I mean, did you?
Well, I thought, let's see, I taught 27 years at Sacramento State.
No, that was ASU.
What?
27 at ASU, right?
What did
Well, how many
What
at
did I just say?
You said Sac State, but wasn't it, how many years at Sac State?
Sacramento State.
How many years did you teach there?
27.
Oh, okay. And how many years at Oregon was 1 year?
1 year.
And then how many at ASU?
And I taught. I can't remember.
Well, I remember we were in Sacramento from kindergarten to 4th grade. So was it 5 years at Sac State?
Maybe.
Okay, well that's all right. So maybe 27 at
Time
ASU.
has a way of erasing many memories.
Right. Well, I'd like to, let's see. And what made you starting to want to paint flowers? Well, like if you turn around and you look at this painting here, can you stand up a minute? If you look at this, or just turn around. Okay. What made you, what made you want to paint flowers? Anything?
I painted everything. People, flowers, whatever.
Yeah.
I was an artist, and I knew how to draw, and I knew how to paint.
Right.
I'd gone to art school,
Uh-huh.
and I just knew how to do it. I was very talented, by the way. All the way through, I was talented.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's very true.
Teachers all the way through praised me.
Yes. And, like, what about this one? What's going on there? What is the cat doing?
That's a picture of a kitty cat trying to get at those fish in the bowl. And the characters in the painting are the Snake Lady and Dr. Thrill.
Right. Okay, and then this one over here, I'll just do this real quick, because you're, this one over here, I guess I'm gonna have to back up. Get most of it in. Yeah, what's going on there?
That's just a lady sitting in a chair. I like to do anything, still life, so it's still life. And she's all looking out of the ocean and dreaming of maybe being on that boat that's sailing through.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Eh? And she's waving her hair, and it's a wonderful painting. She's having a drink.
Uh-huh. Oh, it's beautiful.
And that's what I do.
Oh.
That became what I do, you see.
Yeah, you'd like to do oil painting.
I do figurative work, and I gave names. I oftentimes gave names to the characters that I painted, such as Dr. Thrill was the main character as the man, and that actually was my, that was just actually in my inner self painting myself.
Right.
And then there was.
Right here. Look at this one. Who's this? This right
and then that's down there is my that's my pretty wife.
Oh yeah.
And
and who's that? Is that your pretty wife?
That's my that's just somebody. That's Dr. Thrill and the Snake Lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Lotta Heat. Her name's Lotta Heat.
Okay.
Lotta Heat, right there.
Yeah. All right. That's beautiful. So, is there anything else? So, tell me some things about your life that nobody knows.
That nobody knows?
Yeah. Did you?
Whoa!
Hold it. Did you make your son Bill and your other children take a lot of art classes when they were growing up?
You mean forced?
Yeah.
I always tried to get you kids involved in art experiences, and we would also take you to museums and so forth, but you always describe these things as boring. and you kind of, and Cheryl's that the same way, she thinks it's stupid to go to museums, you see.
Yeah.
But museums are where the art is.
Yeah.
You see, that's how I grew in my own art, studying other art.
Oh yeah, right. It helps you become a better artist.
Yes, indeed.
I find that out too when I'm composing music.
That's right.
There's so many different ways.
Right, and the more you know about music or whatever, the more it helps you.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Well, how about some details about, you and your brothers or your sister and
my twin brother became an engineer. So he was an engineer for many years. And that's what he did, and he retired after 30 years. And my sister, she died early in a car accident. And
your brother Jimmy, he was also in education.
And Jimmy was an educator. He was a teacher. He taught history and things of that nature.
Yeah, history, right? In the high school level.
Yes.
Yeah, I love teaching high school, boy. I could do that the rest of my life. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't know if you want to...
You want anything else you want?
Well, I don't know any more questions, so I want to thank you.
You're out of questions? Already? Yeah, that's good, Bill.
Already? Well, I want to thank you, Dad. I want to thank you for letting me film you.
Thank you very much, and I hope this has some semblance of understanding for everyone.
All right. Well, it's June 15th, 2019.
Today.
Yeah, I don't have an idea what time. What time is it?
It's
half past
2 o'clock.
It's not half past the mushroom?
Oh, please. I get into a lot of jams with that.
Well, I do have one more question.
Hurry up, because I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we'll end it. And thanks so much for everything.
Thank you, Bill.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So, how long were you married to my mom?
I was married to my first wife for probably 25 years. And to my second wife, who is the love of my life, for over 35 years.
And what is her name?
What?
What is her name?
And her name is Deborah Linderman.
All right. And you're still married to her.
and I'm still married to her and having a wonderful life with her.
Yeah, she's a wonderful
She's my
person.
favorite person.
Yeah, she's a wonderful person. She cooks for you, takes care of you, loves you.
She takes care of me, does everything for me.
She admires your art.
And I couldn't be happier with what we've put together as a married couple.
Uh-huh.
And also, I can't hardly remember things I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's enough.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And how do you like your new house? It's pretty nice.
We love our new house, and it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Put a lot of time in it, and thank you, Bill, for all your help.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bill.
Another goodbye to everybody. Second goodbye.
Bye-bye.
How you feeling today?
Great.
All right.
It's great.
You want to say hi to anybody?
Hello, world.
What are you thinking about having for breakfast?
I'm looking at the menu.
What's your favorite food?
Bacon and eggs.
Okay, how's it taste?
Great.
All right.
All right.
What'd you order?
Pancakes and eggs and bacon, I guess.
Yeah,
It's all
pretty good. Putting the syrup on.
Looks like a healthy breakfast.
All right. You like eating breakfast, don't you?
I eat it every day.
Good. All right. See you later.
Okay, Bill. Thanks.
Hi there, what's happening?
Hi, Walter,
And everybody else.
and all the rest of the world. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah. So, where'd you go today?
We went to a breakfast place. I didn't care for it.
Okay. So is this the front of your house?
Yeah.
How do you like it? What do you like about this house?
I like the acorn.
Oh yeah.
A bit oversized, but other than that.
Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. Well, thanks. And then I see you have a lot of
Shrubs.
shrubs. Yeah.
Rubber dub shrubs.
The mesquite's gonna have to be trimmed.
Rubber dub shrubs.
Okay. I guess I'll come with you. Is that okay?
Huh?
I'll come in with you.
I'll show you what
Okay. Exactly were you painting yesterday? It was just free form, you said?
I can't sit. I don't even think about it anymore, what I do, so, I mean, I do think about it at the time, but when I'm finished, then I tuck it away somewhere in my brain.
You were talking about free forms. It was abstract with free forms.
Yeah, you could say abstract is a better word than free form. Yeah, it's abstract. There wasn't any particular, humanistic shape or anything.
So it wasn't flowers. You did a lot of vases with flowers in them.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's right. I see. Oh yeah, I did do some flowers in there. Yeah, there were flowers.
Oh, that's good.
And a large vase. In fact, I can draw it and show you.
Okay.
I did a large vase.
Yeah.
Are you filming this? And then I did. Yeah. And these are the leaves in here, and they go all the way down.
Uh-huh.
And trying to think what else there is in that picture. I can't think. So, but anyway, I could make a table like that.
Yeah. Are a lot of people buying those paintings with flowers?
Well, I don't worry about it because I'm not in a gallery at the moment, so
You're not in a gallery.
I don't worry about whether I sell it or I don't sell it, but eventually somebody buys something.
Yeah, that's true. So,
I always have them around.
So your favorite color is Holbein brand, luminous red?
Yeah, that's my favorite too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you like luminous red over some of the other reds?
I like a lot of colors, but that's my favorite. I like red.
Yeah, that's awesome. You have a reason for liking that the best?
I like the intensity of it. And it's also an accent within a larger work, a larger number of colors. It's an I don't put the red all through the picture, but there could be a red flower here, you see. So,
right.
And there's more to this picture, you see. This goes up like this. So there's something up here too, and I don't remember what it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's just a little mini sketch.
Yeah.
Which looks nothing like the picture, but does give an idea of what I did.
All right. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
I love painting and drawing. Thank you.
Thank you. You love painting?
I love painting, I love drawing, and that's my life. I've always done that, and I'm very good at what I do.
Yeah, that's true.
There are many highlights of my life which I appreciate and enjoy a lot. And a couple of examples are, when I was younger, I used to go out at night when it rained, and these large worms would come out on the top of the ground, and fishermen would, I would bring them home in a can, and my mother would be with me, and she would do it too, and we would sell them to fishermen who would come up. They knew we collected the worms, and they need them for to catch the fish. They put it on the hook, and they catch fish that way.
Well, was that after a rain, or when did they come out after?
They come out anytime, but mostly they come out a lot when it rains. And then they come out, I don't know why.
Well, how much did you get paid for the worm?
Well, I made about a penny a worm.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah. You know, my brother Lowell and myself, we used to have more spending money just from picking worms up at night. That's what we did.
Oh, night crawlers.
Yeah, that's what they call them.
Night crawlers?
Night crawlers, night walkers. Yeah, those are the worms. They're about this long, and they don't look like they have an eye or anything, but they have obviously tactile touch. And we catch a whole can, big gallon can of worms down at the country club. Where they have grass, and the worms come out and meet each other. They mate, and we pick them up and put them in the cans.
So what? Penny, what could you buy for? How old? What year was that when you were a kid doing that?
When I was a teenager, about 15, 17.
And what year was that?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see. It's hard to think about time.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so wow, and you get like 100 worms or something?
Yeah, easily.
That's 100 pennies.
Yeah, that's $100.
100 pennies.
100 pennies. That's a. What is that? How much?
That's $1.
That's $1. But I hit more than that. You know, I made a lot. We picked a lot of worms.
So then you can make. What could you buy with a penny back then?
Oh, you couldn't buy too much with a penny, just like today you can't buy too much with a penny. Maybe you get a lollipop.
What do you usually buy?
A lollipop. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
I had fun all my way through my life. I've had fun. It's been an adventure, and I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
And I think there's meaning in that statement. You know, when you're happy at what you do, you tend to live a lot longer.
That's true, huh?
Yes, it is. And you got to be happy in your life too. You know, you got to have companionship and that sort of thing. You know.
Yeah.
I have my wife, and I enjoy my wife as well. She's the sparkle of my life.
Right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, have a great day.
Okay, thank you, Bill. Looking forward to more of the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the main theme of this painting is this vase, which brings out 4 tall, beautiful flowers. And then in addition to the vase, there's little fruit-like forms, like lemons and cherries. And I've even got a pumpkin in there. And then there's a clock. This is taken from my grandfather clock in the other room. So it's in Roman numerals. And for that particular aspect of the painting.
So you said, what did you say that, what does that do?
This is the grandfather clock, and I took the clock, the face of the clock is in the painting, which I just completed. Of course, it has my interpretation. It's not all verbatim.
That's Latin.
Yes.
And so are the Roman numerals, are Latin.
So there you are. There you are.
All right.
So I use things around my house and I make them work within my pictures.
Right.
Wouldn't you say that fits around my picture? Yet it's just a large, old grandfather clock.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.
It's called, let's see. I have to look at wait 1 second, I'll look at my,
Yeah.
half past the hour.
Where did you have that written? Oh, right there.
Yes, that's the title.
Right.
Half past the hour. And that's the clock.
Uh-huh.
And it's taken from a very old grandfather clock.
Yeah.
Only I recreated it. But I did this as accurate.
Well,
So
I
that's
think
kind of interesting, you see. So that's like a grandfather clock of my own design.
well, the question is, what is that down at the bottom on the left? It's black.
That is a key. That's the key to the clock.
Oh.
And the key fits right there. That key fits in there.
Oh, okay.
And that's part of the painting. It's just little things like that. And then you see the colors all balanced, the blues, the purple, the pinks. And, you always balance everything. And you always have a main form. And then you can do anything you want with the rest. Decorative, whatever you want. This is a flower here. And there's the other flowers up in the corners. Those are flowers.
I'm sorry, we're down at the bottom?
So,
Oh yeah, right down there,
So everything's balanced. And including the colors are balanced, the forms are balanced, the vase is in the middle, that's the dominant form. And everything works, you know, it's like a design. It's abstract, you know, you don't see anything in reality that looks like this, just in this painting. This painting has its own reality, so which is nice, and it's quite a nice size. That's like 40 by 50. Yeah, is that about it?
Yeah, that's the M's.
So,
Okay.
gives you an idea what I do.
Where's your luminous red? Holbein luminous red.
Red is right here. 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 And here. And a little bit in here. So I've used a lot of it. Yet it doesn't overpower the painting because there's lots of other colors to balance it.
Mm-hmm. July 13th, 2019.
There you go.
And the time, I have no idea what time it is. You probably have a watch on, don't you?
I got a watch. 9:35.
9:35 a.m. We just finished breakfast at Chompy's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you.